This is Bottom Line Burke. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I'm going to get straight to the bottom line. I just finished watching the Eastern Conference Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks. And congratulations to the Indiana Pacers for defeating the Knicks 125-108. And deservingly so, Indiana Pacers forward Pascal Siakam was named the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Siakam brought that championship pedigree that he acquired during his days in Toronto when he won a championship with the Raptors. Tonight, he scored an impressive 31 points, high energy the entire game, and was extremely effective with his mid-range game, hitting jumpers as well as every time a double team came his way, he aptly and willingly gave the ball up to an open man who a lot of times ended in a successful three-point shot. Also, I want to applaud Pacers point guard Tyrese Halliburton for showing these young men and women or basketball fans and players the traditional way of how to play the point guard position. Instead of just jacking senseless threes up, he facilitates the offense, he organizes the plays, and more importantly, he gets the ball to his teammates at the proper position on the floor that they are the biggest threat on offense. And I think time and time again tonight that was demonstrated, and he did an outstanding job getting in and out of the paint, creating mismatches, and finding an open man for a successful bucket or three-point basket. And how could I not mention Andrew Nembhard as well as Aaron Neesmith, who throughout the entire night was physical and applied relentless pressure on New York guards, Jalen Brunson, who in my opinion, if there was a playoff all-star team, Brunson absolutely will be one of my main selections. However, when you think about it as a team, Brunson was a humongous liability tonight because his inability to get the ball up the court successfully and initiate the offense was a big problem throughout the entire game. Just think about it like this. Every time he turned his back to the basket, which was frequent, he's no longer in a three-point threat position. So if I'm Miles Bridges and initially I want to start my offense on a wing, I now have to extend my offense out closer towards the half-court line. If I'm Karl Anthony Towns and I want to initiate my offense and get the ball at the free throw line, 15-foot shots, right? That's my wheelbarrow. Now I got to extend out to the three-point line. Now I got to take a 24-foot shot. That's a completely different mindset, a completely different offensive weaponry, which Karl Anthony Towns definitely has. And I think there's not a better city, not a better team Karl Anthony Towns could have got traded in, because he's aggressive, he plays with urgency, and right before our eyes, ladies and gentlemen, I think he's going to be a first-team All-Pro player because he's definitely has gotten better this playoff series. Now, the interesting question is going to be how much or how little the New York Knicks are going to entrust the ball into Jalen Brunson's hand next year, because what has been very evident is that the model of having him being your leading scorer and giving him the responsibility to facilitate the offense, that's not going to hold well out against the elite teams. Because once again, when you have players like Miles Bridges or Jason Hart, they don't have the creativity or skill set to extend their offense and then make up that difference and then initiate the offense. The only one on that team that demonstrated that repeatedly is OG Anunoby, who scored 24 points last night. However, tonight is the Indiana Pacers night, so let's tip our hats, raise our glasses to the Indiana Pacers, who will be playing the OKC Thunder in this year's NBA's Finals. And that's the bottom line.